Hello, everybody. Me and my boy here are just watching some TV while we wait. So, this stream is meant to kind of just dispel some rumors and give you guys kind of a modest review of the game from my perspective. This is going to be the last thing I really do pre-release of this game. I'm kind of just going to go dark on the Reddit. I'm not really going to post any more videos or anything. And the purpose of this is because it's really awkward watching, YouTube interviews or articles or whatever of people kind of putting words in my mouth and saying things that I didn't really say. And the context through text on posting on Reddit has kind of come across a little weird. And I just kind of want to, set the record straight in a couple things and show you guys some stuff. Because I feel bad. I feel like people are getting the wrong impression as if I'm trying to derail the hype train, and I'm not. I'm not in any way trying to derail the hype train. I just want to make sure people understand what they're getting involved in. So if this, for whatever reason, does get cut off, I'm going to make this video maybe 25, 30 minutes. That's going to be it. We're going to keep recording on our end, so if Twitch does cut this video off, I will post the whole video, myself, so you guys can watch it. And the main thing I want you to understand here is reviewing this game and saying how I feel about it isn't so easy as doing it in just a couple minutes. So I'm going to kind of show you stuff and talk about my feelings on the game while I show you those things. So with all that said, let's go to work. Obviously, this is just a space station. You guys have seen this. And this is part... So two things I really want to clarify here is the big thing I want to clarify is the method I use to get to the center. Because a lot of talk and a lot of people seem to think it's an exploit or it's some kind of cheat or these other things, and it's really, really not. And I really didn't mean for it to come across that way. So the first thing I want to show you is this. Every single time you come to a space station, there's going to be a left side and a right side. Every single time. And there's guaranteed to be at least one side room on each of these with a chance of another side room. So you're guaranteed to have at least 2 side rooms, possibly 4. Once you come in here and you go inside this, fuck. If you can make the jump with your jetpack and not be a turbo. You come in here, and every single time you come on the left side, there's always going to be a door over here to the right. And occasionally, a door over here on the left. In this instance, there isn't one. So, if you run over here, you'll see this door boop, opens up. And inside of here, there's always going to be these canisters. Now, in addition to the Atlas Stones and all that other junk, these canisters were a major part of how I made it to the center. Because every time you open these, they sometimes have a crafting material that crafts either... You'll open the canister and you'll either get one of these, or one of these. And this is used to craft this, which is used to craft this, which is used to craft the fuel. So if you open the canisters and you get free antimatter, you get free vapor, it's very, very easy to craft warp cells. And sometimes the canisters themselves have warp cells in them itself. It's a low chance. If I had to guess, I would say the chance is like 50% to get one of these, 30% to get one of these, 15% to get one of these, and probably like 5% to get one of these. And the interesting thing is, these are completely free. You just walk in and you loot them, and they're here every single time. And there's a space station in the middle of every single system you go to. So every time you make a jump and you come to the space station, you can just run over here and grab those canisters, and you're probably well on your way to crafting another warp fuel. So that's a major part of how I was able to get so much warp fuel. Not even considering the Atlas Stones and everything else I'm going to show you. Those stations are there. The only thing that's blocking you from those stations is you need a key card. You need one of these, which I'll explain later. But this is how you get into that room. Once you craft this, you're in for life. That's all you need. Now this, like I said, sometimes there'll be an NPC here. Sometimes there'll be a room over here. And there's always a room over here. And the important part about this room is when you come in here, see this? See how it says locked door, need an Atlas Pass? That's this thing. That's the Atlas Pass. And eventually in your playthrough, I won't spoil it quite thoroughly, but eventually once you craft this Atlas Pass, you're good to go on getting through these doors. And this is important because every single time you come to one of these space stations, you'll come to one of these, and this is how you upgrade your suit. You actually buy another spot on your suit. And this is what a fully upgraded suit looks like. It's a 6x8 completely open suit. Now I've been hard at work mastering some of my upgrades so that everything is done. I still have a few more that I never really got to do, and I was also moving around. And as you can see, they're color-coded, so I was min-maxing and kind of, lining them up on the side of my inventory here. So I was at work. These are lined up with yellow. These are lined up with purple. Now, I don't have definitive proof that this gives you some kind of bonus because it doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure this gives you a boost. I mean, they're lit up if they're next to each other, etc., etc. I'm pretty sure they give you a boost. But anyhow, another reason I was making so many jumps to the center is because every time I made a jump to another system and every time I came to another space station, I could upgrade my suit one more time. And this was really important to me because every time I'm traversing and exploring planets, my inventory was filling up like crazy. So to me, it was like, I'm just going to be jumping to a whole bunch of systems to max out my suit as soon as possible. Because the faster I do this, the faster I have a full suit, I can carry all these cool upgrades and I can have all these resources, and it's awesome. Especially when you consider this. This is all my ship can carry. It's not very big. I mean, it's bigger than probably what you're going to see on average, but I mean, when you consider how much my suit is carrying compared to how much my ship is carrying, it's a very good indication as to why I rushed to the center in the way that I did. It wasn't just to get to the center, it was because I was maximizing my suit inventory as I was doing it, which was very, very important. So all that said, we're going to jump now. We're going to go out into space. And I'm about to show you how I made it to the center. Now, I want to warn you right now, what I'm about to show you is a very big spoiler. It's something that I've intentionally kept hidden for a long time, but I realize that we're at the point now where enough copies exist in the wild. People are very soon going to be hitting this. So rather than have you see it with no context, I'm going to show you this. And yeah, this is pretty cool. Some of you may have already seen this. I don't know. But anyhow, here we go. So when you open up your planetary map, I intentionally position myself here to show you that. And just like you can see, I'm going to tease you a bit here. You're going to see this is where I am. And if we fly, where the heck is it? Towards the center, you're going to notice something pretty cool about how close I am. It actually stops. And that's because we're that close to the edge of the universe. If I wanted to, I could fly to the center right now, but I'm not going to because I refuse to spoil that. Anyhow, if we go back to where we are on the map, you're going to see something pretty cool with what I'm about to show you. Now, disclaimer, you will find these kind of early in the game. Again, this is a major spoiler, so if you don't want to see this, close the video right now. It is pretty cool. But there aren't just black holes. There are red dots on the map. And the red dots are hype because they're Atlas stations. And I just clicked this with no fuel on my hyperdrive. That was pretty trolly of me, huh? Alright, I do have warp fuel. There we go. Alright, let's try that again. Let's reinvigorate the hype. Okay, let's try that one more time. So, Atlas stations. Dun dun dun. Here we go. One-time game, don't crash. Now, the reason I'm showing you these is because this is going to make a lot of sense. What's going to happen when you see this is the explanation as to what I was trying to say about the Atlas stones. People were like, oh, the Atlas stones are so difficult to get. You know, the free warp fuel, all of this stuff. It's not necessarily true with what you're about to see. First thing you see when you load up is one of these bad boys. This is an Atlas station. This functions similar to a space station, but as you see, it's a little different once you get inside. And we're going to start reviewing, and I'm going to start explaining some stuff after I show you this. This is purely to explain how I got to the center so easily. So once you get inside, this is the fourth faction. The Atlas race exists, and every time you come in here, that giant ball can procedurally generate as another random variant. That screenshot I showed you, that was the joking Death Stranding ripoff, was actually when I came in one of these, it was just sitting right there as the Atlas for this particular, whatever. Now when you come into one of these, there's going to be balls everywhere that you can go and you can pick up. And these actually teach you words if you run over them. So you can pop over here and, this and that. There's a whole bunch of these, and it actually takes you a frustratingly long time to run around and grab all those, and we won't worry about that right now. Now, another cool thing when you come in here is as you cross these circles right here, these are going to upgrade your suit. But you'll notice when I cross this, we're going to get an error message. Now, the reason for that is because once you have all the possible upgrades for your suit,